All right, you all. Hello, I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. This video is encouraging mothers who have adult children who do not communicate with them. So if you are a mother and your adult child has decided that they don't want to communicate with you and you love them, you doing all you could, you done gave them the best childhood you could. Y'all know I'm Michelle Hope Walker comedian, okay? You know what I'm saying? I just great personality, so I'm gonna give it to y'all on how I do, okay? And then this is for the mothers who have been good mothers. So I don't want to use a word like that, see, because good can be so subjective. But then again, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say good, right? You've been the best mother that you could be. You know, you've loved your children, you've been kind to your children, you've, gave them the best of you that you could give them in each area, that you could, each time that you could, because again, we can only give kids what we got at that time, And then with each kid, you get to learn more and more and more. So sometimes by the time you get to the last kid, you know a whole lot more about parenting than you did with the other kids, But you loving your kids all the same. I'm the one that got 4 kids, again, they adults, love them. Oh my God, great grandkids. Yes, I love them all. But anyway, so, I've been one too to make sure, that I treat my kids equal, Now again, each child has their own personality, and you communicate with each child maybe differently because, every person has a different love language, on how they receive love or things they like you to do. And again, remember now, these kids have to talk too, especially now we're talking about adult children, So also sometimes, when there's a scenario that, again, we don't know what's going on in these kids' mind. All we know is that they're not communicating. But my thing in encouraging mothers, I don't want you to feel bad about that. That's not your fault. Because also these kids got to talk. You know what I'm saying? You can't read nobody's mind. You know what I'm saying? You're doing the best you can, showing them love, doing it. You kind to them, you everything. They belittle you, put you down, you still love them and you still kind to them because that's your child. You love your baby. You're still trying to be there in whatever way, capacity you could be there for them. Well, you didn't do that. Well, look, tell me what you want me to do then. I cannot read minds. Well, I don't know what was what unless you talk to me and tell me. Now, you got to watch your intent because then sometimes these kids have selective memories. They'll still be mad at you about some stuff when they was doing what you did when I was a child. You said, no, let me put that in the right context. Or either you got to be like, I don't know who told you that, but it was not me. Sometimes you feel like they be making up stuff. Like, where did you get this from? Because I did not. But then also you have to look at, okay, you're an adult now. And then some of them have children, so you're like, so what are you doing, And the challenge is when they want to constantly try to, criticize you for certain things and they doing challenges with their own kid. I'm like, what in the world's going on? And you trying to help them with it. And then sometimes it just seems like no matter what you do, they got something to say. Or they just won't talk at all. And you get to the point they just don't say nothing. And you're like, what did I do? Because you didn't do nothing. Because the whole time and you have not done anything wrong. You showed them love because you're a parent. And these are adult kids now. These are children. These are adults. You know what I'm saying? So that means the relationship changes. They're taking care of themselves. They're doing their own thing. Again, y'all still there for each other. If you need to, help with things like that. Still there for you, but things like that. But I'm saying that in the context that even if, because sometimes you'll have family members and different people that are jealous of you and your kids' relationships. So they actually will try to sabotage you and your kids' relationship. Meaning they actually try to say negative things to your adult child about you or just different. Or maybe they may have done it when your child was young. And that made your child think differently about you. And that's what I'm saying. You always got to watch people, when your child's under 18, watch who you allow your kids to be around. I can learn this later. And if you feel like a family adult member or just an adult member they're around or whatever is saying something negative about you, their mother, around them, you gotta have a conversation there. One, you tell your kids, now you remember, I can't control what everybody say and people have their own opinion. But me, your mother, I love you. So don't you let nobody try to put in your head negative things about your mother. And then also that person who you feeling like or who is saying negative stuff about you to your child. Now this is when they're under age 18. This is for y'all parents. We still have kids under age 18. They're not adult children yet. You're going to let them know, look, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not right. Because I'm going to tell you, even when you talk to your kids about it, still, they're going to remember what that person said about their mother. And a lot of times this is out of jealousy of why this person is doing all this bad talking to your child about you. And as black parents, it's as hard as it is for us already, because people already want to judge black mothers. You know, so it's coming up on Mother's Day. So that's why I'm encouraging mothers in the name of Jesus. Encourage you better smile, put a smile on your face. If they call and tell you Happy Mother's Day, if they don't, remember T.D. Jakes talking about that other pastor, if they tell you if they don't tell you Happy, don't worry about it. You tell yourself Happy Mother's Day. You buy yourself something for Mother's Day and tell yourself Happy Mother's Day. Also, one thing that T.D. Jakes said, and I've heard other different pastors say it, and I don't care what y'all think about T.D. I don't care. God speaks to T.D. Jakes. Now, I don't know what everything else be going on, but I know that when he's preaching and he's speaking the word, that's God. Don't get me praying in the spirit. Okay, now you got to be a Christian, or if you don't know God. I invite you to have a relationship with God. Say, God, I want you to come to my heart and have that relationship with you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Because I'm a Christian. Michelle Hope Walker, I'm a Christian. Blondie Pink, I'm a Christian. So I believe in God. And when I talk, you're going to hear me talk about God, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit. You're going to hear me. That's the language I talk in. Okay? All right. Here we go. But I'm going to talk about, and even old nice Joe didn't even talk about this. And because of Joyce Meyer, just maybe when people leave you, let them go. You don't cry about it. You don't get, especially when you know you've done nothing but good to these people. You know what I'm saying? You know, and one time T.J. Jakes talked about reciprocity, you know, too. You know, because sometimes, and make sure that people that are always giving to you and being there for you, that you make sure you give back to them. You know, emotionally, just being there for them. If you have some money, buying something, you know, things like that. And make sure you got to watch that money too. Because sometimes just people get caught up in money. Their love language is just money. And if you ain't giving them some money, then anybody else got no money. But I got lots of love to give you. The Bible talk about love. Love, Holy Bible, 1 Corinthians 13. I got all that love to give. Forgive you when you talk about me, put me down. Forgive you when you don't call, when you do. Forgive. I got all that love for you now. I got lots of love for you, boo boo. I ain't got a lot of money. But again, when I do my kids know, hey, do you here for you? I'm like Oprah. One for you, one for you, one for you, one for you, one for you. I'm your girl comedian, Michelle Hope Walker. Okay, we talking about encouraging the mothers. Yes, we encouraging the mothers who have adult children who have decided they're not going to communicate with their mother. First of all, I'd be like, how do you decide to not communicate with your mother? The person that has had you, because ain't nobody perfect. You ain't perfect. Talk to the little kids. You are not perfect. Your mama there with you for your 1,001 challenges. Duh. And you want to oust your mama, ghost your mama. That's the kids say ghost. That means they don't see the person talking to the person no more. For y'all that didn't know, mothers. And this is about mothers. I know everybody else might watch this. My kids might watch. Because you know, sometimes you have kids that won't talk, but they'll watch all your videos. If you're on social media, they'll watch your video. Why don't you pick the phone up and just call me? Okay, anyway. But remember, T.D. Jakes also talking about reciprocity. Meaning people who pour into you, pour back. So if you got some kids that done left, that and clocked out, you ain't done nothing wrong with them, you don't even know why they left, when trying to talk to them, can you at least tell me why? I'm willing to correct some stuff. Just tell me why. What? But you know you're a good person. You know you ain't doing nothing wrong. Also, you got to watch it. Because these kids start judging your life. Your life and how you live your life and what you do in your life is your business, mama. Don't you dare get caught. Well, because these kids will try to control you. They can't control their own life, but they're going to try to control you. They're going to try to control your life. They're going to try. Or judge or criticize. And you're like it's about love. It's not about judging somebody else's life. I don't judge my kids' life. Whatever they choose to do, I cheer them on. And they know it's been places I've taken, but they wanted to go, so I took them. They're adults. They do what they do. I'm like, okay, you need a ride there? Come on, let's go, booger. I'm like, mama gonna get you there. On time. You know what I'm saying? You're there for them. Because you love your kids. Okay? They're adults, so you ain't trying, you did all the raising for them, you done poured everything in them. So if they choose, and I say that because parents and moms, you know, you got to watch it, you know, well, I want them to do this. They grown now. Don't do that, mama. That's their life. That's their life. You don't control and dictate their life. That's a no-no. If you have been trying to do that, that could be why your kids don't talk. But no. Because regardless, they're not supposed to get to a point that they just don't communicate with you. That's wrong. You are their mother. You had them. You ain't got to agree on everything, but they should be. This is, in the Bible says, honor and respect your mother and your life goes well. Your life goes well when you honor and respect your mama. It says it in the Bible. Was it Ephesians 6, y'all? Somewhere around? Yes. Holy Bible, Ephesians 6. You honor and respect your mama. You know, so I tell you, you have to watch it, because sometimes you showing them love, you doing all the love things to them. You being there for them, you know, when you can. Again, these adults, and you got your own life too. So again, you know, if they, especially after Blue X or something, you know, it's when you can, you know, if you can, you know, but you know, because everybody's adults now, you know what I'm saying? You got a life too, and I think sometimes you got to watch it, because sometimes adult kids don't expect you to have a life. They expect your life, even with them being adults, they still expect you to have your life surrounding their life. No, I got a life. I'm going to live it. Now, I love my kids very much, and I just, you know, and the kids, you know, that talk to the kids, that just pour out love, I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? Right there. But I also got to make sure I can give them space so they can live that, because moms, we got to make sure we don't overload, you know. But again, you know, communicating with them often, you know, letting them know I love them, you know, right there for them, trying to see them all the time, you know, because me and my kids, we live up in all different cities and stuff like that. But you know, my key thing again is encouraging the mothers. You know, God lets me know, don't you dare cry. No. But again, we're human, so we do. Because you're like, how can this person who I had, who I love, who I show love to, who I raised, who I'm still showing love to, who I'm right there with, no matter what they say, no matter what they do. Meaning sometimes when they didn't say all kind of evil, crazy stuff to you, you still forgive them, you still love them. And that's also why I say you need to ask God to come into your heart, because also it's a Christian thing. It's a God thing too. And so also you pray for your child to get saved. Because when you know God, then you love God, you love yourself, and you love other people. And then you're able to forgive people. Because even if your child may feel like you're adult, talking about adult children now, feel like you may have done, first of all, they need to talk to you about it. Because you don't even know, if you know, sometimes people can think you've done something to them, and you don't even know you've done anything to them, you know. Because you're like, because you be looking, no, I didn't. I haven't done anything wrong. Yeah. And it could be something they took in the wrong way that you said or something. Or it could have been, you know, but I know mine, I talk very kind and sweet and respectful, because I don't respect you. You know, I want them to respect me. I respect them. You know what I'm saying? But now, again, when they're disrespecting you, you do have, okay, hold up now. I'm your mother. You don't talk to me like that. You can tell me how you feel, but you don't talk to me in that tone and in that manner with those words. Ain't no cussing out, mama. No. You know, that's what you got. You do. You know, because mothers, you love yourself. God loves you, and you love yourself, and you value yourself. So you don't become a floor mat for these adult kids. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You love them, and you know, if they're doing something, because sometimes it's them doing something to you, and then you talk to them about it, and they get mad because you talked to them about the disrespect they was doing to you. Well, that's a big challenge, because then that's almost saying like they don't love you, and it's almost saying like they don't value you, because they think that they can disrespect you, devalue you, mistreat you, and you're not supposed to say anything about it. What world is that? Not this world, not this world. You know what I'm saying? Not over here, not over here. You know what I'm saying? And then, well, other people don't. You know why other people don't have to check you about, and when I say check, have this conversation with you about, hey, I'm your mom, you need to respect me. Even if it's something you want to tell me, you tell me in a respectful mother way. I am your mother, okay? You know, and this is coming again. I'm talking about the mothers. You right there, you talk kind to your kids, you loving on your kids, you ain't done nothing to them kids. Not nothing wrong they did. A lot of times they so busy trying to control your life, or they judging your life with the nose up in the air, you know what I'm saying? And you know, and things, you know. So that's their reason. Well, I think she should be like this. And adult children, this thing of how you think your mother's supposed to be. Your mother has raised you, and you are grown. Let your mama live. That's gonna be my slogan. Let your mama live. Let her live. Let her live. Let her, hallelujah. You know, you're in church. Let her live. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Let her live. Let her live. Let your mama live. Stop trying to dictate your mama and control your mama. If she don't act the way you want her to act, or she don't dress the way you want, or she don't look the way you want to look, and don't want to talk to nobody, and act like you embarrassed. No, be on Suge Knight talks about that. And Suge Knight got on the adult kids. And then kids, he's like, you supposed to love your mama. Tell him, Suge Knight, you supposed to love your mama. You may be happy you got a mother. Do you know how many people don't have a mother no more? Their mother has passed on. And you judging your mom, mistreating your mama, doing all this, don't want to talk to your mama. I don't see that. I just don't see. I got a mama. I didn't know where in the world. Ain't nobody perfect. Mama ain't working. Nobody perfect. But I'm going to love my mama. You know what I'm saying? Because there are so many people who don't have mothers anymore. It's not about your mother being perfect. Nobody is perfect. You know what I'm saying? But it's about showing your mother love. Whatever they're like, they can live it like how they want to. That's their life. I ain't in their business. I ain't in my mama's business. Her life. You know what I'm saying? I'm on making sure I spend that time with my mother. And I just, oh my gosh, I just, love all the time that I could spend with my mom. Because I don't even live in the same city as my mom. I have to travel to go see my family, from my kids to my mom to, so I have to travel. I do have one here, but that's one of those ones that I want to communicate. You didn't help them build this empire to get to everywhere they want to be. And the thing with me is that's the last one. So the last one, you done finally learned all kind of stuff. You done poured all in them. All these good things, I'm saying, all these good things in them, you didn't help lead them. And of course, they did a lot of work, so, but again, it's from you putting them to put them in that position and you raising them and then you just being with them, cheering them on, and then for them to get to the point and act like they don't know you. You're like, what? I'm hoping I'm making some of y'all laugh because, the stuff is real that we can just be sitting in a corner crying, but you can't cry until your kid get ready to talk to you. You better get up, girl. Even God said, no, I love you. God said, I am everywhere. God says, I love you. You pray for them kids. You pray that one, they get saved, because when you get saved and you know God, then that stony heart breaks up and you realize, hey, wait a minute, I'm not perfect. So how can I not want to talk to my mom for whatever? Because you don't really never know the reason, because they'll never tell you the reason. And so that's why I say you can't sit there and get all, well, what did I say? This you dry yourself. No. Because they have a mouth. Again, these are adults. They can talk to you and tell you. And for those that want to be like, well, so they don't treat me like, well, right. The other people treat you real nice because you are treating them real nice. You are respectful to them. You don't mistreat the other people who treat you good. You don't mistreat them like you mistreat your mom. Now your mom is treating you good, but then you mistreat your mom, disrespect, talk about her, dog. You're right. The other people do treat you good because you don't do none of that negative stuff to them like you do the negative stuff to your mother. You're right. And even with all the negative stuff, you still love them. Because that's your child. That's your baby. No matter what age they get, that's your child. That's your baby. You're still holding on. They call, you answer, you run. And what do I need to do? And then you got to watch it, because then some of them will get so mean and caught up that they will play with your emotions. And that's where you have to pray for them, because that's a demonic spirit be flowing. Now, I'm not saying your kid got a demon in them, but I'm just saying in the Christian world, that's that evil spirit, that spirit that flows around that tries to get people, your kids, to mistreat you, and they get a joy out of it. Some of them can get a joy. They get a joy out of making you cry. And sometimes it's things going on in their own life that are not right, so they're not all the way happy. So, and you've heard people talk about this with domestic violence and different things like that. There's a part in domestic violence that's about emotional domestic violence, where your family members, and right now we're talking about adult children. So your adult children know that you love them and they know that you want their love back, but they will on purpose not show you love back because they want to hurt you, because they're hurting. Now, you have not hurt them. The world may have hurt them. Other people may have hurt them. But there's things that I've heard where different sociologists, psychologists talked about, people will hurt the people close to them. You ain't done nothing to them. But because somebody else hurt them, they trying to hurt you. You're like, I didn't even do nothing to you. Why are you hurting me? I'm telling you, it just be amazing. But again, back to T.D. Jakes, where he talked about can't get the word out now, y'all. Reciprocity. And I'm your girl, comedian Michelle Hope Walker, actress, civil rights leader, also rapper, singer, Blondie Pink. But the T.D. Jakes talks about the reciprocity. There we go, reciprocity. So that's when, as a person is doing to you, you doing back to them. So he's talking about people that pour out good to you. So these kids that are your adult children that are pouring into you, showing you love. And again, it's not about that y'all agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? But they love you and they're showing you that love and they're staying communicating with you. Make sure that you're right there showing them that love. You know, like many pastors and many people talk about, the ones that want to let them go. Now again, when I say let them go, what I'm saying is don't you be sitting crying about it all the time. You haven't checked, because you can't make nobody talk to you, from your adult kids to anybody else. You pray for them, but you know, when it's your adult kids, it can be more challenging. You know, I know. And it's an up and down thing because you are human. So sometimes you're like, well, God, I know I didn't do nothing wrong. And God see everything. So God know you didn't do nothing wrong. God said, like, But see, God see everything. God know what your adult children doing. And God knows what is what. And a lot of times, I'm telling you, mamas, you ain't had nothing to do with it. You ain't had nothing to do with it. It's something in their life. And sometimes, I'm going to keep it real. Sometimes people can be, your adult children can be jealous of you. Because you living your life and you happy, and right now maybe their life ain't going the way that they want their life to go, you know, so they mad at you. And you're like, you have been grown 30-something years. What is going on? Because it ain't me. I ain't nothing to do with it. You've been grown 30-something years. 18 years you've been grown. You know, whatever your adult children's ages are. You know, they are adults. So it's things sometimes and decisions they have made in their life where they're in certain situations and they want to blame you for it. And you're like, you know, so you have to stay prayed up. And the thing is, they will lie on you. These adult children will lie on you. And you have to watch these family members that actually try to bully you and put you down because your children don't talk to you. Daddy, you ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on them. You know you have loved your children, you're there for your children, and you love them, and you're like, how dare you, family member, bully me or try to pick on me and try to, you know, a lot of times these family members are jealous of you. You know, they're jealous of who you are. It can be what you look like or what you're doing in your life, and they wish they could do it, or they wish they had the same audacity, whatever the case might be. So they're trying to find something that they can pick what you want. Oh, well, some of her kids don't talk to her. We'll pick on her with that. I can get her with that. No, you can't. Because I'm giving that to God in the name of Jesus. Mothers, you give that to God. Oh, you let no family member, because I'm still happy and good. I pray for them kids and prayerfully before I die, before they die, they'll talk. If not, I give them to God, and God know I've done my part. So that goes back to parents, mothers. You still call them. I still call my kids. Oh, yes, I do. I still call. Like I said, I got two that see, because I got four. I got two that's there. Two that ain't. Don't get me wrong, in past times, those other two, they have been there too. So I don't know, when they do these cutting off times, you never know. And you never know why, because they're not talking, you know. And I'm a communicator. You all know I got many degrees, college degrees. So, and then one of my college is, my mind was communication, you know. So communicating is very important, you know, because the next person does not know how you feel or what is going on unless you talk to them. And so if the adult child is not talking to the mother, not talking to your mother, and let you know what's going on, that's not your fault, mother. That's not your fault. Don't you dare. And you all, if y'all know a mother is going to share this video with them, because I want mothers on Mother's Day to be happy, because you are still a mother. No matter how evil or ugly that them adult children may act, and I'm not calling them ugly even, I'm saying how they act. You know, that's a different way, because you know we don't call our kids names. I'm saying their attitude and how they may be treating you, how they are acting at that time. You know, you be happy on Mother's Day because you're still a mother. They can't take your motherhood from you. You still had them and you still raised them. And so you are still a mother. And so you celebrate Mother's Day, whether the kids celebrating it with you or not. You celebrate Mother's Day because you are a mother and you are a great mother. And you have nothing to do with why your children, adult children, may have ghosted you or whatever. They're not talking to you about it. You can't do nothing about that. You can't do nothing about that. You know? And then, like I said, you have to watch it, because that's why I give all praise to God, because there's an evil spirit out there that you will have some people, some kids, adult children, they enjoy hurting their mother. They enjoy it. You know, so you have to even watch it yourself, because as you're trying to reach out to them, you know, they enjoy not answering the phone because they want you to cry. They want you to be sad or feel bad, because sometimes, again, these little children are jealous of your life. You doing all these fun things and having so much fun. It's like, oh, well, I ain't going to talk to her, so she ain't going to be too happy because, oh, honey, boo-boo, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am going to be happy. I love you, and I would love for you to talk to me. But if you don't, oh, yeah, Mama B going to be good. Mama B going to be good. I know I get to act silly. But for real, though, Mama, you good. You good. You good. You do you something on Mother's Day. You buy yourself some flowers and you buy yourself a Mother's Day card. You take yourself out to dinner on Mother's Day. Now back to TD Jakes talking about the reciprocity. Now again, so I have though 2 of them that's talk real good, you know. So they take care of mama. They right there for mama. You know what I'm saying? They right there. And don't get me wrong, these other 2 have been there time, and then they just, and a lot of times we even with, and now I know, and I don't like to share my business. I know y'all don't like to share my business because, you know, people, you know, you trying to help people, but people can sometimes take this and then start trying to bully you, go, oh, your kids are trying, or whatever, but whatever. Because I'm doing this to help people. I'm doing this to encourage mothers. I'm doing this to encourage mothers who adult children have cut them off and are not communicating with them because it's wrong. If you were a good mother, you know you were a good mother. You know you're a good mother right now, even in their adult years. You right there. It's not about being perfect. Ain't nobody being perfect. Y'all don't have to agree on everything. Don't know 2 people agree, but then you celebrate number 1. But with your kids, adult children, it's about love, that you're loving them and they are loving you. Okay? And you have to remind adult children, it's not about if your mama is doing what you think they should. Because I don't know, sometimes well, I think she should be in a rocking chair just cooking all day and ready to take care of my kid. What? What mama is doing this these days? But anyway, just because there are probably some mamas, so shout out to you. But again, mama get a chance to have a life too. Mama get a chance to have, and I had kids young. But don't get me wrong, I had a life all even with my kids. You know, I enjoyed them all the fun. I've always enjoyed my kids. I always been raising them as they grow. I cheer them on and the things they do. Now with me, with mine, it's because I got on them. Well, I don't know. It could be other story. I don't tell. Like I said, so I don't really guess and say because I know I ain't done nothing wrong. But if you're disrespecting me and you're, talking bad about me, I'm your mother and you're my adult child. And I'm going to have that talk with you. Not again, you don't do it also because sometimes they're doing it so much, you're like I'm not going to be talking all the time. You just keep showing them love and you pray for them and pray that God, help get that evil spirit out of them of, being negative like that. And that's where you ask for your kids to be saved. Again, not calling my kids evil, but I'm saying you all that are Christians, so y'all get saved. Y'all know more what I'm talking about. Sometimes they can be a spirit in them adult kids that want to hurt their mom. They want to hurt their mother. And a lot of times the mother has not done anything wrong to them. They are hurting. And so a lot of you talk, so then people hurt the people closest to them and who they feel they can hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you do have family members like that and you sitting there looking like, now I'm your mama and I love you, and I'm the one right there. These families, they were nowhere to be found to help you. And you're not talking to me and I ain't done nothing wrong to you anyway. You just have to pray. But like Teacher Jakes talk about, so then Teacher Jakes said whoever left, they left. But you there with the ones who are still here. The people that are still here around you. So I pour, as my kids pour out to me that's right here with me, I'm pouring out to them. I'm just loving them. And don't get me wrong now, mothers, we still are reaching out for those ones or that one or what. I don't have 4 kids. So, kids, maybe it's just one. Maybe you only have 1 kid and that 1 kid didn't turn. You're like, how dare you? Because I raised. So it's like 2 sides to it. It's one side of the indignation that how dare you? I'm your mom and I'm right there with you. So it's that side. But then there's the other side that you're like, oh my God, I don't understand why I never know that. But you can't go there too much though. Because you can't do nothing about that. You got to be happy. And then spiritually, as you're a Christian, you're serving God, you got to remember the devil hates us. So the devil will constantly try to do things to try to make you unhappy. Read Philippians chapter 4. And so you can't fall for that. He'll try to get your family to do things. He'll try to get your adult children to do things. Because, but you got to still be happy. That's what I say in the Bible, Philippians 4, it talk about you got to just have joy. You got to be happy. Your joy is not based upon how people treat you. Your joy is not based upon you. Your joy is based on you got a relationship with God. So shouts out to my kids and the kids today, call your mama, because y'all know I ain't done nothing, but yes, I did too. You can't disrespect me. You can't be, verbally abusing me, and then I'm not supposed to say nothing about it. Now when I say something about it, usually I'm like, okay, look, that one, I try to do eggshells. I'm saying it very because I already know how sensitive their emotions are, right? So I'm trying to, but it's not right, so I do have to say something, Because first of all, I'll be like, how can you disrespect and be talking down or mistreating your mother in the first place? Why do I even have to tell you? And then if they get mad at it, that's sort of sad, like I said, because then they're like, to you, it's almost like they're saying they should be able to abuse their mother. They should be able to verbally abuse their mother and do all kind of negative things to their mother, and their mother's not supposed to say that about, not this mama, nope, not this mama. I love you, and I'm right there for you. So you can call me, and I love you. I love you. But if you're doing your mama wrong, because I let my kids live their life, and I live my life. But anyway, all right, so you can more videos at Michelle Hope Walker Speaks 6547. Mothers, you enjoy your Mother's Day and don't you dare shed one tear.